to begin this match. And serving, it is Penn State, and they're in their white uniforms, and the Waves get a quick attack up the middle. James Eady, who was honorable mention All-American last year. And for Eady, the 6'7 junior, been playing exceptionally well. Leads the team with 58 blocks and hitting .454 with 59 kills. The junior out of Newport Beach. And the Waves take a 1-0 lead. A quick attack over the middle. Owen Rose. And that misfires and goes out of bounds. And the Waves take a 2-0 lead. It is the best 3 out of 5. First 4 sets to 25. You must win by 2. If they go to a set 5, they'll play to 15. And again, you must win by 2. And there is no ceiling. Waves in their dark uniforms, ranked number 6 in the nation, and they get an ace. For Pepperdine, they come in winners of 4-5. They lost last Friday at number 3 Hawaii. However, Pepperdine was able to beat the Rainbow Warriors a couple days earlier on last Wednesday, and they drew over 8,000 on Friday night in Honolulu, drew over almost 7,000 on Wednesday also at the Stan Sheriff Center. So the Waves, who are 5-2 at home, they are the defending NBSF tournament champions and went to the NCAA last year. They are second all-time in NCAA titles with 5, but the last time in 2005, that's when Jonathan Winder was the starting center. Ball kept out of bounds and hit by Ryan Burke, and the Waves take an early 4-1 lead in set number 1. For Penn State, they come into this match. They have won 7 of the last 8. They played Long Beach State last Saturday night. The Waves attacking with Ryan Barnett out of the back row. And for Penn State, they lost to number 2 Long Beach State 3-0. And the key to that match for Penn State, they had a difficult time handling Long Beach State's serve and were out-aced in that match 13-1. And because of that, Penn State really could not get into their offense, ended up hitting just 113 for the match and were out-blocked 20-12. They go up against a good serving team in Pepperdine tonight, and certainly for Penn State, they'll have to handle the ball much better against the number 6 team. And they also play USC on Saturday, and they're ranked number 5. Waves also a strong blocking team. Ball touched by Schroeb, and then a miscommunication, and Pepperdine able to get the point, and the Waves take an early 5-2 lead. It's a series that dates back to 1983, with Pepperdine leading the series 17-5. The last time they met was in 2023 in Austin, Texas, and Penn State won that match. It's a good rivalry always when the East Coast takes on the West Coast. Penn State on the offensive, cross-court smash hit by Loma, goes out of bounds, no good, attack air. So Penn State struggling early to begin this match. Matthew Luoma, 6'7 junior from Phoenix. 78 kills, hitting 163. There's Bethel driving it. Waves able to cover. They go on the backside. Tapped over. Diving save by Merck. Back to Bethel, who pounds it. Pepperdine controls. Set by Polo Mas. And then the shot going out of bounds. No good. And the point to Penn State. For Penn State, their starting lineup, they will go on the outside with Jaden Bethel, along with Sean Harvey and Matthew Luoma. In the middle, Owen Rose, engaged Gabriel. The center is Michael Schroeb, and the libero, Ryan Merck. And the head coach, Mark Pavlik, in his 32nd season, he will retire at the end of this year. Pretty good serve by the Nittany Lions. The ball hits one of those steel beams, and a point to Penn State. Waves up 6-4. Penn State, the heavy favorite to win the EVA, the Eastern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. And currently they are 4-0 atop the league standings. 8 schools in the EVA. Of course, in other sports, Penn State plays in the Big Ten. Service here, side out to Pepperdine. Roma missing. The top server on this Penn State team is Owen Rose with 19 aces. You see Roma, another returning starter for the Nittany Lions. Pepperdine, in the Mound Pacific Sports Federation, picks second in a very strong league behind UCLA. Waves with the jump serve at the net and driving it and able to put it down. Gage Gabriel. And number 9. Gabriel, the 6'8 sophomore from Pennsylvania, comes in hitting .400 with 81 kills. Another returning starter for the Nittany Lions. They're down 7-5. Waves back on offense, and there's Cole Harkey able to get the kill. But for Pepperdine, playing in the Mount Pacific Sports Federation, you have the likes of UCLA and Stanford and USC and the Waves and Brigham Young and 5 Division II schools. Waves picked second in other sports. They play in the West Coast Conference with the likes of Gonzaga, St. Mary's, Santa Clara, Oregon State, and Washington State. Waves on the offensive, able to knock it down. So the Waves, Jose Gomez is on the Cuban national team, the MPSF Defensive Player of the Week with a strong performance in Hawaii. Waiting for the Waves to get a split with the number 3 team in the country in Honolulu. Quite an accomplishment. And the Waves serve becomes a factor early. And the Waves up 10-5. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout taken by the Nittany Lions. The outside, Jose Gomez, along with Ryan Barnett and Cole Harkey. Waves do have 4 All-Americans returning from last year. Nice shot by Sean Harvey, able to get the kill. In the middle for Pepperdine, Ethan Watson, along with James Eady, the center Andre Polomas, and the libero Jacob Riley. And the head coach Jonathan Winder in his 4th year. Associate head coaches Matthew Pollock and Luke Reynolds. Assistant coaches Will Kraft. Nittany Lions serving. And a quick hitter right there on Andre Polomas, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. Having a sensational season. He was the starter last year for that program. And for Polomas, comes in averaging just under 10 assists per set and actually leads the team with 99 digs. He is an offensive threat with 22 kills. And Polomas wearing number 5, also a strong server. Take a look at Jacob Riley, who was honorable mention All-American last year. 11-7 Waves in set number 1. Capacity of Firestone Fieldhouse about 3,100. Waves go to Harkey, who gets the kill.
Harkey with the kill.
Cole Harkey leads the nation in kills per set at 4.56. Leads the NCAA, and he comes in with 246 kills, hitting a whopping 364. The Waves do a great job using him out of the back row. Is almost unstoppable. Bethel off the hands and able to score. Jaden Bethel, 6'5" freshman from Dallastown, 68 kills, an athletic outside hitter. This Nittany Lion team, they have a couple players from California. You could also use this as a recruiting trip on top of everything else. Gomez, and then returned by the Nittany Lions over the middle of the way. James Eady.
Thank you, Andre Volleyball.
13-8 Pepperdine. Waves get the ball back in set number 1. You see number 26, James Eady, returning starter. Waves with 5 national titles, second only to UCLA.
Service. Jose Gomez, point Pepperdine.
UCLA with 21 national titles, and UCLA, the number 1 ranked team in the nation all season long. Unanimous this week. They're a perfect 16-0, and they have beaten all comers as the Waves deliver another ace. Pepperdine now with 4 aces, just 2 errors. As you take a look at Mark Pavlik, 25 NCAA appearances, won a national title in 2008. He was the National Coach of the Year, 9 times the EVA Coach of the Year. He played actually at Penn State. He was quite a setter back in the day. Waves back on offense. Polomas back row attack off the blocks. Jose Gomez. Pepperdine 16, Penn State 8. Penn State in their white and blue. They will continue this 9-day road trip, playing at Long Beach State last Saturday, taking on Penn State tonight, and then USC on Saturday. Service there, side out to the Nittany Lions, who last year finished 8-4 in the EVA, but ended up winning the tournament and went to the NCAA's, defeated Damon, but then lost in the second round to Hawaii. Pepperdine defeated Grand Canyon in the NCAA's last year, but then lost to the eventual national champion in Long Beach State. For UCLA, number 1 team in the nation, they get the opportunity to host the NCAA tournament May 9th and 11th. This year they'll have 12 teams, the most they've ever had. Service error. I would think the top 4 teams will get a bye. Then the other 8 teams will square up, and then they'll advance. Following this year, the NBSF NCAA tournament, the semis and championship will be held in Las Vegas in 2027 and 2028. Nice block by Bethel up front for Penn State. The Waves, as we get a whistle and a net against Penn State, a point to Pepperdine. 18-10 Pepperdine. So following this year, and that tournament in Las Vegas will be played at the Orleans Arena, 2027-28. As the sport continues to grow, 8 conferences currently, 62 teams. The 38 are Division II, 24 are Division I schools. 4 Division I conferences and 4 Division II conferences. Loyola back to serve. 18-11 Pepperdine again for the Nittany Lions, struggling a bit in their receiving, and because of that, they're hitting only .214. Service error, side down Pepperdine. Waves hitting .467. Waves do not have a lot of weaknesses. As you see Matthew Loyola come back to the sidelines. Sean Harvey back in the back row for Penn State, who comes in as a team hitting .276. Their defense has been excellent. They've held their opponents to just a .194 hitting percentage. Waves offensively one of the best in the country, hitting .350. They're ranked number 7 in the nation, holding their opponents to .255 over the middle. Gabriel, and able to get the point, and number 9, Gage Gabriel. Because the Waves are such a good blocking and serving team, I think Penn State will do a lot of back row attack, a lot of quick hitters up front, try to get one-on-one defensively. Penn State serving, been a good serving team, not great have been the Nittany Lions, and firing away from the outside, Ryan Barnett.
With authority, point, Waves. Ryan Barnett back to serve.
Ryan Barnett, first team All-American last year. He's out of New York. Had over 400 kills, 49 service aces last season. The 6'5 graduate out of West Hampton Beach, New York, comes in with 160 kills, hitting .337. As Brian Brokenball, the down official, Art Pavlik looks on. Well, currently in the NBSF, UCLA in first place at 5-0, followed by Stanford at 4-0, then Pepperdine at 3-0, and Brigham Young at 2-0. You see Jonathan Winder done a great job with the Pepperdine program. Prior to coming to Pepperdine, he was the head coach at Fresno State's women's volleyball program for 4 years, an assistant at Washington for a couple years, was the head coach of Washington's beach volleyball team, and assistant at Pepperdine under Marv Dunphy in 2014 in the men's volleyball program. 5-time All-American. Way strong serve by Barnett. Penn State's Harvey with a tap, touched by Gomez. They go back row. Ball tipped up and not controlled by Penn State. Waves up 21-12. NBSF tournament this year at Brigham Young, April 22nd to the 25th. Top 8 teams of the 10 in the league. will go to Provo, Utah. Big advantage for BYU. Service error. Waves trying to take a little bit off. Up 21-13. For Penn State, and we had mentioned that Pepperdine with 5 national titles, second most all-time in the NCAA, only to UCLA that has 21. Bruins won it in 23 and 24. Would appear to be the favorites this year. Gomez, it was touched, and a point for Pepperdine. Penn State has won 2 national titles. Their last in 2008. They also won one in 1994. They have won the last 3 conference titles in the EVA and favored once again. Penn State's women's volleyball program is a powerhouse. 8 national titles, and they won it recently in 2024. Ball tapped over, ball sent back by the Waves. A nice save back there by Pepperdine. Polomas on the outside, blocked up front. Right there, Owen Rose defending. They go to Rose with the hit and able to score. Well done by Penn State. Number 13, Owen Rose. Rose at 6'7", the senior from Long Island, New York. Leads this team hitting .422. Leads the team with 70 blocks and 19 aces. Wearing number 13 for Penn State. Led the team last year with 115 blocks. All right, 22-14 Pepperdine. 2 tough matches in Hawaii, but you're only going to improve when you play teams of that caliber. The Waves already with a couple of wins back in the Midwest over Lewis and Loyola Chicago. Polomas runs it down, sets up Harkey, who fires. Merck able to keep it in play. They go to the back row by Harvey. Waves on the attack and able to score James Eady. 23-14 Pepperdine. We get a timeout taken by Penn State. The Waves leading throughout set 1 and 8. And the starting setter for Pepperdine in 2008 when Pepperdine took on Penn State was Jonathan Winder, now the head coach of the Pepperdine Waves. So Tony Chan, a lot of memories. In fact, so much so that his son Logan is one of the sideline judges. Logan working tonight's game with his dad. How proud is Tony Chan on this Wednesday evening as these teams squaring up. So for him, it's a full circle going back to his very first Final Four. So congratulations to Tony Chan, one of the very best. Penn State did win that national championship. And they gave Mark Pavlik, again retiring at the end of this season, a nice gift just before the match began. 23-15 Pepperdine, set number 1. Waves on the offensive. They go to the outside. Go Harkey. He was second team All-American last year as a freshman. He was the NBSF Freshman of the Year. 6'10", second-year player out of Barrington, Illinois, as a set point number 1 for the Waves. And Harkey was a number 1 recruit in the nation a couple years ago, coming out of high school. And having another banner season, again leads the nation, wearing number 10 at 6'10", but he's so agile, so athletic, you can put him in the back row, but leading the nation in kills per set at 4.56. Set point number 1 for the Waves. They go cross court and get the kill. Ryan Barnett, and Pepperdine wins. Back in a couple nights later and beat Pepperdine 3-1 before 8,400 at the Stan Sheriff Center. All right, Waves moving right to left. Tony Chan, our up official. Brian Brokenball, our down official. Ball goes out of bounds, and Penn State will get the ball back. Penn State, located in University Park, Pennsylvania, pretty much the middle of the state. It's about 135 miles east of Pittsburgh and about 190 miles west of Philadelphia. All right, Nittany Lions serving. Waves on the offensive. Eady able to pound it down, but kept alive by the Nittany Lions. Nice control by Pepperdine. It comes back to Penn State. Merck gets a touch. And volley back by the Nittany Lions. Waves again. Hartke blocked up front. Oh, nice play. Owen Rose and Matthew Leoma. Owen Rose, a special player on the defensive end. And the Nittany Lions take a 2-0 lead. Got to ask you, what's a Nittany Lion? It's actually a type of a mountain lion. They used to roam the area in University Park, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you've ever seen one, would you know the difference? It is a type of a mountain lion. All right, Penn State on offense. Hartke gets a touch. Tipped there by Edie, and then the kill. Jose Gomez.
To the Penn State block. Point.
2-1, and Nittany Lions. The Waves will get the ball back. Waves an excellent ball handling team. Also a strong serving team. They've outaced their opponents 118-64 and outblocked their opponents 258-165. They present a lot of problems. The number 6 team in the nation is Rose able to get the put away. And that EVA, the Eastern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association, I see Jacob Riley, transfer from Concordia, where he played for 2 years. An All-American last season for the Waves, the libero for the Waves. But in that EVA, you've got Princeton, Harvard, George Mason, New Jersey Institute of Technology. The overpass by Merck. Pepperdine gets it back. Barnett knocked down up front by Rose on the other side and able to get the kill. Here's Cole Hartke. 3-2 Nittany Lions. 8 schools in the EVA. As the sport continues to grow, one of the keys for next season, we mentioned the NCAA tournament, and will be played in Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena in 27-28, but rosters will be limited to just 18 players. Nowadays, and in the past, whether it be Pepperdine or UCLA, or Brigham Young or SC or Penn State, you'd have 25, 27 players. Not anymore. It's going to bring a lot of competitiveness, and a lot of players will be able to get a chance to perform at other schools, especially the Division II schools, and make men's volleyball that much more competitive in the future. Waves get the point. William Whitten, the 6'7" sophomore from San Clemente, reserved last year, getting some time tonight. Waves won the first set 25-16. Trying to build on that. Waves this year was 7 shutouts. They've been shut out once. Penn State was 7 shutouts. They've been shut out 3 times. Waves get another ace now with 5. You see Jaden Bethel, the freshman. We're tied at 4 in the second set against Long Beach State last Saturday. Long Beach State had 13 aces. Penn State with just 1. Certainly a big difference. And then Bethel missing attack air. Had a good look, just couldn't put it away. You see the freshman, number 8, 6'5", out of Dallastown, Pennsylvania. 5-4 Pepperdine. Waves on a 3-0 run in set number 2. Another ace. Now with 6. Over Penn State. More importantly, they're in first place in the EVA at 4-0. See some fans enjoying themselves. A couple of hot dogs. Waves again at the service line. Hartke tied for the team lead, coming in with 26 aces with Ryan Barnett. Another ace. Get a Slim Park that'll see 3,600. We should get a shot at that later during the course of the broadcast. This be the centerpiece of the school coming down at the end of this season. So the final year for Pepperdine men's volleyball. However, women's volleyball will still play at Firestone Fieldhouse, and most of the men's basketball schedule also played here. Penn State, that's Michael Schwab, the center. 6'6" junior out of Annapolis, Maryland. Waves who had a 5-0 run broken. After Penn State gets the point, Leoma comes up short, side down Pepperdine. And the Waves lead 8-5. Waves for the match, hitting .469. Penn State 269. Jose Gomez leading Pepperdine with 5 kills. Gage Gabriel the middle for Penn State with 3. Diggs 11-8 Pepperdine, blocking 2-0 Penn State. Waves another booming serve by Ryan Barnett. Schroeb goes outside to Bethel. Nice save back there by Barnett. The Waves on the attack. Archie drives it. Cover by Penn State, firing. Luoma gets the kill.
Penn State number 15. Matthew Luoma point. Penn State.
You see Jacob Riley, the libero, excellent ball handler. Nice backstab by Schroeb. Luoma with the kill. 8-6. Good serve, but the Waves keep it in play. They go outside to Gomez. Bethel with a touch. Not a great pass, but volleyed back over by Penn State. Schroeb on the backside. Luoma. Oh, what a block up front. Whitten and Gomez. Nice job by the Waves. Take a 9-6 lead in set number 2. Waves won the first set, 25-16. I mentioned UCLA ranked number 1 this week, unanimous at 16-0. They're the only unbeaten team remaining in the NCAA. Schroeb with a set. Back to Luoma, block up front. Edie and Gomez.
A block for number 26, James Edie. This is from Wilwood in point Waves.
Waves up 10-6. So UCLA number 1, Long Beach State ranks number 2, Hawaii 3rd, UC Irvine 4th. USC, Penn State's next opponent, ranked number 5 on Saturday. Waves able to get a block up front. They go cross court, the shot by Harvey, but it's wide, no good. And Pepperdine with the point. A tough angle for Harvey. Pepperdine ranked number 6, Brigham Young number 7, but the interesting school that is ranked number 8 is Lindenwood. Out of St. Charles, Missouri, a small Division II school playing out in the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. Lindenwood ranked number 8 in the nation, a Division II school at 14-2, and they have wins over Lewis and Loyola Chicago this year. As we get a timeout taken, 12-6 Pepperdine. This will be challenged. Take a look at this. Schroeb setting over the middle of Gabriel. Was it touched or not? Look for the fingers of the hands to move back. Great job by our camera crew directing Jonah Barony tonight. We'll see. They'll take a look at this. The quick attack that Penn State needs to perform against a good blocking team by the Waves. Edie right there defending. Waves lead 12-6 in this second set. We'll take a long look at this one. We'll get a decision momentarily. Well, each coach gets two challenges per set. If you win your challenge, you keep them. If you lose it, you're down 1. They kind of changed the rule a little bit. Used to be 3 per match. It was touched, and the point will go to Penn State, and they do win the challenge. Change the score. There's Mark Pavlik. 32nd season. He is 4th all-time in the NCAA with 705 wins, 246 losses. National title in 2008 was Al Skates of UCLA. 50 years the head coach, over 1,200 career wins. 19 national titles for Al Skates and UCLA. Waves on the attack. The shot attempt goes out of bounds by Harkey. 11-8. Nittany Lions trailing by 3. '25 NCAA appearances for Penn State. He's a 9-time EVA Coach of the Year. Block up front, goes out of bounds, and the Waves get the point. Andre Polomas, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne, A 6'6" junior from Serbia, so a lot of international experience for Andre. Having a banner season, 23 aces on top of everything else, second most on the team. Down to Serviceur, inside out to Penn State. 12-9, Pepperdine leading. You see Andre averaging 9.91 assist percent. Waves, who rank number 7 in the NCAA in offense, hitting .350. Hawaii ranks number 1, hitting .407. Overpassed by Pepperdine. Schwob goes on the backside. Oh, big block up front. Koharki on Luoma. Big defensive effort for the All-American NBSF Freshman of the Year. Roma with 3 kills. But blocked on that one. 13-9 Pepperdine. Again, the strong serve. Outside and getting the put away this time. Luoma on the rotation on the other side and able to get the point. 13-10. For Penn State to come on the West Coast tour. Fantastic weather. Not too bad in University Park, Pennsylvania. Got about 70 today, but going to get down in the mid-30s tonight. A little bit cloudy. Koharki with the kill. Wade's ball handling also excellent. And Pepperdine 417 for the match. Penn State just 171. Penn State's an excellent defensive team. Koharki one-on-one against the freshman Bethel. Wade serving, moving right to left in their dark uniforms. Back row attack, well executed, Sean Harvey. I think for Penn State, they've got to get Harvey more involved in the offense. He is their leading scorer on the season with 167 kills, hitting .293, the 6'7" sophomore from Bartlett, Illinois. Starter as a freshman, and you see Mark Pavlik focused on the match. On the backside, Harkey, we get a whistle. Going to get a net against Penn State. Point to Pepperdine. 15-11 Waves. So for Penn State, Nate Egerstrom from Southern California, Calabasas, on the San Fernando Valley, the Serviceur. And then Peter Chris, 6'6" freshman center from Menlo Park, California. They're the 2 West Coast players on this Penn State roster. 15-12. Pepperdine with the lead. He's won the first set 25-16. For Penn State playing top competition. Number 2 Long Beach State, number 6 Pepperdine, number 5 USC on Saturday. Waves on offense. I'm Barnett cross court.
Ryan Barnett. Point Waves. Back to the front court. Penn State ticket number 1, Jackson Hurd. Ryan Barnett matches
Nice set as Barnett goes deep. For Pepperdine, they'll continue conference play where they are 3-0. And they'll play at Menlo on Sunday. They'll come back and play UC Merced. A couple of matches on Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st. We'll have those on Big Ten Plus. On Friday it'll be 6 p.m. on the 20th, 4 p.m. on Saturday the 21st against UC Merced, a Division II program. Bethel serving, 16-13 Waves, and the Waves able to get it over. William Witten right there. De Polo Massa.
To the service line.
You see Andre, the setter, was the one position the Waves who had just about everybody coming back had to fill was the setter position, and Polomas has been outstanding all season long. 17-13 Pepperdine. Waves serving. He's got Zach Chapin, the 6'1" freshman from Manhattan Beach. Maricosta High School, always one of the top programs in Southern California. Ball blocked up front, but the Waves able to keep it in play. And then with a smash hit, Jose Gomez, but it goes out of bounds. No good. Point to the Nittany Lions, 17-14 Pepperdine. Let's see if the Waves are going to challenge this, and apparently so. Waves saying it was touched. Call on the court, though, was a tack error and a point to Penn State.
Previous play, the floor is entered for the review. Pepperdine challenging the previous play.
You see Jonathan Winder, the 2025 NBSF Coach of the Year now in his fourth year. Waves won the NBSF tournament they hosted last year. They beat Grand Canyon, UCLA, and USC. Went to the NCAAs for the 19th time. Of course, the 5 national titles. They've won the NBSF tournament on 7 different occasions. But the last time an NCAA championship in 2005. Waves are without 2 starters, by the way. In Noe Mate, a 6'7" middle blocker, a freshman out of Switzerland who's been performing great. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, it looked like it may have been touched. Gabriel, along with Tristan Hassell, a 6'6" freshman. And the Waves are going to win the challenge. It was touched. So the point goes to Pepperdine. The Waves lead 18-13. Invariably, the coaches will ask the players, what'd you see? I'm sure they'll look at the situation themselves, but they'll always check with the players. And sometimes the emotions and excitement get the best of the players, but that time they got it right. And the Waves lead 18-13 in set 2. Time to go up 2 sets to none. Handled by Penn State. Tapped over by the Nittany Lions. Waves firing away with the shot, no good. Point to Penn State. Gomez missing. So Tristan Hassell. See Gomez tonight with 6 kills, hitting .385. That's 4 digs. So in the lineup for Penn State, Jackson Herr, 6'6" senior from Anthem, Arizona, and a transfer from Grand Canyon. Next season, University of Pacific brings back men's volleyball. They have been playing men's volleyball for 21 years, dropped the sport 13 years ago, but they will come back into the NBSF, a Division I school out of Stockton, California. The University of Pacific has Gomez with a driving shot. Gomez, who plays on the Cuban national team, not the junior national team, the national team. Defensive Player of the Week in the NBSF with a strong performance in Hawaii. You see Gomez, the cross-court set against double blockers. Rose was sitting there. And Gomez doing a little bit of talking on top of everything else. Ball batted, Waves Gomez knocked down there by Rose again, along with Hassell. And this time the Waves get the put away. Cole Harkey. Harkey, the double block came over a little bit late, and the Waves playing with some emotion. I mean, this is a top program in Penn State. A lot of history, ranked number 15 in the nation. Should get back to the NCAA tournament once again. This year, 12 teams will go to postseason play. And for the Nittany Lions, they cannot handle it, and the Waves get the point. 21-14 Pepperdine. Will Mark Pavlik take a timeout here? You see Jacob Riley, Ryan Barnett. Waves who have so many weapons, ranked number 6 in the nation. They have been ranked as high as number 3 early in the year. All right, Herr runs it down. And State gets it over. Waves back on offense. Herr with a touch. Ball popped up. Ball hits one of the beams, but that is in play. Waves over the middle. James Eady.
With the kill point.
22-14 Pepperdine. Waves first set 25-16. Pretty good crowd on this Wednesday evening. Penn State on offense, her now at the center position, and then the put away is Sean Harvey. See number 12, the leading scorer on this team, and they have got to get him some swings. Waves hitting .469, Penn State 195. Waves up 22-15. That serve goes out of bounds. Hassell at the service. Boy, between Kristen Hassell and Jake Bethel, two really good-looking freshmen. Bethel, the 6'5" first-year player out of Dallastown, Pennsylvania. Hassell from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Two future top players for Penn State, and there is Hassell gets the kill. They're both quick and athletic and long. You see number 5, the freshman. Hassell in the year with 94 kills, hitting .316. Both these teams unbeaten in league play. The Waves at 3-0, Penn State at 4-0. Service error. Set point number 1 for Pepperdine, 24-16. A lot of students in attendance on this Wednesday, coming up on mid-March. Jackson her back row to Harvey, the block up front. It is the only game in town. NBSF, everyone else is quiet on this Wednesday night, so Pepperdine Penn State taking center stage in this match, and the Waves take a 1-0 lead. For Penn State, they've got to put pressure on Pepperdine as much as they can, so they do have to take chances and make it difficult for Pepperdine to get into their offense, but the Waves have been so good handling Penn State's serve. Back row attack, firing away, but the Waves able to cover on Hassell. Hassell with a great effort, but cannot come up with that. Koharki with the kill. Hassell, nice effort. Well, the Waves get the point. Pepperdine moving left to right in their blue and white uniforms. Penn State in their white and blue. Waves serve goes out of bounds. 2-1 in favor of Pepperdine. And the Nittany Lions have been shut out 3 times this year. They have 7 on the season. Waves have 7 sweeps overall. Both these teams being tested. Waves at Menlo on Sunday to continue conference play. Service error, but if you're Penn State, you've got to take chances, trying to serve deep, and put some pressure on Pepperdine. Waves up to 480, 29 kills on 50 swings, only 5 attack errors. Very efficient performance by Pepperdine after a long trip in Hawaii last week. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a violation against the Waves and a point to Penn State. 3-2 Pepperdine. Waves have come in 11-4, 3-0 in conference, and ranked number 6 in the country. 2-story program squaring off. Waves Barnett get another whistle. Going to get a net against Penn State, point to Pepperdine. You see Mark Pavlik, 32nd year. He's a former Penn State player years ago. He was a top setter. Prior to getting the head coaching job at Penn State, he was an assistant with the Nittany Lions for 5 years. So he's a lifer at Penn State. Shot no good. Owen Rose missing. So 5-2 Pepperdine. It's tough to play a road trip like this, but a great experience for Penn State. And you certainly got to love the effort and the competition they're facing. Only going to make them better as the season wears on and prepare them in all probability for the NCAA tournament, especially with the expanded field that you now have 12 schools playing in May. So the tournament will get underway May 1st and 2nd. The NBSF tournament, April 22nd through the 25th in Provo, Utah. The top 8 teams of 10 will go to the conference tournament. Penn State with the point. Sean Harvey at the service line. That's 13 aces, second most on the team. 6'7" sophomore from Bartlett, Illinois. Then Ryan Barnett.
Ryan Barnett with the kill point.
Ryan Barnett, first team All-American last year. Just had a banner season. Joined another top year, hitting .337 on the year. Tied for the team lead with 26 aces. Wearing number 14 for Pepperdine. Hartke serving on the other side. Ball tapped. Waves able to cover. They go cross court. Diving save by Merck on the other side. Tapped over by Hassel. Waves get it back. They joust at the net. And one up front is Barnett denied. And a point to Penn State. See Ryan Barnett, 337 on the year. Barnett last year, 402 kills at 338, 47 aces. It was a banner year, first team All-American. Barnett again. Barnett and Hartke each with 8 kills. We had mentioned the Waves have 2 starters out. Noe Mate, a 6'7" freshman middle, and Grant LaMorée, a 6'10" outside hitter. Both have been starting. LaMorée, a redshirt freshman, one of the top players, top young players, and coming out of high school, LaMorée was considered the #1 recruit in the nation out of Clemens, North Carolina. He's been out for a while. They hope to get those players back soon. They can kind of bide their time over the next couple of weeks, playing some Division II schools in conference, but it gets serious in early April. They'll have to take on UCLA and USC, Stanford and Brigham Young coming up. Waves able to keep it alive. Big difference in this match. Hartke, as Hassel cannot handle it. A point to Pepperdine. The Waves are playing very well tonight against a top quality opponent in Penn State. They have to. Bolomas finding Hartke right there. Gabriel along with Roma. 8-6 Pepperdine. In this third set, the Waves hitting 300. For Penn State, 143. For the match, Nittany Lions 180. Pepperdine 441. Just a strong serve has set the table for Pepperdine, and the blocking has been there, the ball handling. Penn State only 1 ace on the night and 8 service errors. You talk with coaches, they will tell you the aces to error ratio they'd like to see 1 to 2, 1 to 3 service error. So if you have 3 aces, 9 errors, that's still pretty good. Years ago, Pepperdine played Long Beach State, and Long Beach State had 1 ace and 28 errors and still won the match, but they gave away a lot of points. 1 ace, 28 errors, and still won, so sometimes you can throw those stats right out the window. They hit 440 in that match. Over the middle, Gabriel. But the Waves tonight, 7 aces, 13 errors, better than a 1 to 2 ace to error ratio. Nice quick attack. 9 to 8 Pepperdine. Nittany Lions serving. Overpass. Block up front there by Edie. Comes back to Penn State. And then Harvey with the put away. And we're tied at 9. Penn State continues to battle. Just too good a team. Pepperdine's played so well this evening and just executed in all phases of the match. Waves on the attack. They go to Hartke, the block up front. It comes back where you get, let's see, double contact against Pepperdine and a point to Penn State. Boy, they had triples there. They had Rose, Harvey, along with her, all defending on Hartke. He does draw a crowd. 10 to 9, Nittany Lions on a 3-0 run to take the lead. That serve gets away. Gabriel missing.
Goes out of bounds. Point Waves.
Gabriel's hitting .400 on the year with 81 kills. Another starter back, the 6'8" sophomore. At Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Number 9 for Penn State. We're tied at 10 in set 3. Waves keep it in play. And blocked up front by Penn State. They get it over. Tipped by Pepperdine. It comes back to Barnett. Waves again. They go on the other side to Hartke. And then Hartke gets the point. As defending Bennett Wilson in the back row, the 6'4" sophomore from Clifton Park, New York. In there for ball handling purposes, but Hartke is 6'10", one of the top power hitters in the nation. Second team All-American as a freshman, NBSF Freshman of the Year, and a service ace.
Service.
Wave did a nice job taking something off of that. Jose Gomez. Gomez again. Gomez tonight, 7 kills, 3 aces, 5 digs, and 2 blocks. Merck able to receive. Harvey cross court. Nice job by Ryan Merck, the libero, who tops this team with 122 digs. The 6-foot senior from Chicago, who led this team last year with 209 digs. Number 7 in the blue jersey for Penn State. Penn State at USC on Saturday, number 5 team in the country. You couldn't ask for tougher opponents coming out west for Penn State. And it will bode well for them in the future, playing tough competition. And Hartke missing wide. And we're tied at 12. Waves won the first 2 sets, 25-16 and 25-16. You see Hartke has 10 kills tonight, 3 aces, 4 digs. Waves serve has been outstanding, out-acing Penn State 8-1. The return out of bounds and a point to Pepperdine.
Back to serve the Waves, number 26, James Edie.
You see Barnett 14, Hartke 10. A couple of All-Americans. Edie an All-American. Jacob Wiley an All-American with this Pepperdine team. And then a nice kill by Sean Harvey. Harvey now with 7 kills, topping Penn State. Gabriel with 5. And for Penn State, now hitting .236 for the match. Penn State 409. But in this third set, Penn State has settled in, hitting .417. 6 kills on 12 swings, but only 1 attack error. And then it's Hartke pounding it down. Hartke, what makes him so unique is 6'10" frame, his agility, athleticism. He's on the U.S. national teams, along with LaMarre. Hartke, another top server. Back goes out of bounds. You're up 2-0. You're at home. You roll the dice with a big lead. We're tied at 14, so you go for it. You see Gabriel, the middle, number 9. Owen Rose with the jump serve comes up short. Rose, the middle blocker, leads this team with 19 aces. We get a timeout. Waves have the lead in set 3, 15-14, up 2-0. The Waves up. You're watching the NBSF Defensive Player of the Week. Played so well against Hawaii as the Waves were able to split against number 3 Hawaii in Honolulu. That is not easy. And outside, Hassel able to get the put away. You see the freshman, a good-looking first-year player along with Bethel, so the future bright. It's a relatively young Penn State team. Harvey's just a sophomore. Penn State's playing without Miller Truby, their 7-foot outside hitter, who's a 7-foot junior out of Dallas. And a point for Penn State. Gabriel's a sophomore. And Michael Schwab is a junior. And then you go to Hassel and Bethel, both freshmen. So, yeah, it's a young Penn State team. They have a couple of freshmen. and LaMurray, along with Mate. Both are not playing tonight. They both have been starting. Another point for Penn State. Harkey's a sophomore. It's a nice balanced career. 4th all-time with 705 wins, 246 losses. All right, the Waves trying to regroup. Penn State in this 3rd set hitting .500. The key, they only have 1 attack air. Waves able to pound it down. Merck gets a touch. They go to the outside of Sell, who gets the put away. 18-15 in favor of the Lions. Sell has come off the bench and sparked this Penn State team. Waves hitting .250 in this 3rd set, comes up short. Breaks a 4-0 run for Penn State. 18-16, Waves down by a couple. Waves for the match hitting .405. Penn State at .276. Sean Harvey with 7 kills, topping Penn State. Cole Harkey with 12, leading Pepperdine. Ryan Barnett with 8. They're serving, moving left to right. Quick hitter there by Schwob, and then the Waves come back. And they're going to say a net against Pepperdine, so no point on Andre Polomaza. Will Wooden comes in for Pepperdine. And that moved. Good call by the officials. 19-16, Penn State trying to get this to a 4th set on the road against Pepperdine, and they get the ace. Oh, no. Sideline judge called it good, but the other official said no good, and so the point back to Pepperdine. 19-17. Take another look. It was out. Look at the line judge that signaled that it was in, but the other official said no and overruled. So the Waves do get the point on the block up front. James Eady and Jose Gomez. Well, special thanks to our entire Game On Entertainment crew. Our director, Jonah Barony, tonight. Producing Archie Corazani, Kristen Elizondo, and Christian Soler. And special thanks to Kelly Nugent out of the Pepperdine Athletics Communications Department. In 19, Waves on a 3-0 run. Waves serving, Merck able to save. They go over the middle, Gabriel, and the Waves get the block up front, James Eady. And the Waves take the lead, 20-19, now in a 4-0 run. Boy, Eady playing awfully well. 4 kills, a couple of blocks. Let's see if this will be challenged. Apparently so. 2019. The call in the court was a block by Pepperdine, and the Waves were awarded the point. Penn State challenging this, and each coach gets 2 challenges per set. If you win your challenge, you keep it. If you lose it, you're down 1. You see Mark Pavlik talking to his team. What'd you see? Take a look at this. I think that shot was short. Take a look. Eady was defending, but hit. But you hear the players saying, no, let's take a look at this. Oh, they're going to say, yeah. Penn State will keep the point. As Mark Pavlik along the sidelines. Eady was defending. 2019 Nittany Lions. That's a big point, a big swing. Penn State serving a good serve. They get themselves a big ace. Gage Gabriel coming up big. 21-19 Penn State. Now Gabriel once again. High toss and delivers. A booming serve goes up into the rafters. That is in play, despite the fact it one of those steel beams and back-to-back aces. And Pepperdine wants to take a timeout on the serving of Gage Gabriel. Lions rating 444, Pepperdine 250. Penn State's executed much better, and Gabriel with a strong serve has a back-to-back aces as Harkey slams it down. Big point for Pepperdine. 22-20, Penn State. For Harkey is 13 kills. See number 10. Penn State much more effective, better ball handling and receiving in this third set, and they get the point on the service there. Gomez comes up short, and now it's 23-20 Penn State. Gabriel's an excellent server. He had 14 aces coming in. Waves go to the outside. Barnett, who fires and able to get the point.
Making a point from Pepperdine, number 17, 82, placing James Eady.
23-21. He's bringing Aiden Toon to serve. The 6'1 junior from Honolulu. For him to keep it in play for the Waves. Up 2-0. Good strong jump serve. On the backside, tapped over by Harvey, and he got it. Off the hands of Pepperdine defending. It is set point number 1 for Penn State. Take a look at this. Waves had a couple blockers there, but a nice read by Harvey. Going to the outside. Set point number 1 for Penn State. Sean Harvey at the service line. And the Nittany Lions moving right to left. Trying to get this to a 4th set on the road against number 6 Pepperdine. Keeps it in play. Let's go back on offense. Backside Harkey, who pounds it down. Set point number 2. Nice back set. Doubles were there. Loyola along with Rose. Set point number 2 for the Nittany Lions. 24-22. Waves at the service line. They've got to keep it in play. Cole Harkey. Waves had the right guy at the service line. Took a little bit off of it just to keep it in play. Outside a sail off the blocks and able to get the point. And Penn State wins. Nice. And the down official, Brian Broken Ball. Waves Cole Harkey. Rocks and fires with the serve. Jackson Hurd setter, and over the middle, Sean Harvey on a back row attack. The feeling is that for Penn State to attack the Waves blocking, a lot of quick attacks with their middles, and then come to the back row, and they found one-on-one blocking. William Wooden there defending for Pepperdine as he begins set number 4. Waves up 2-1. Back row, the shot at 10 is out of bounds. Harkey missing. Waves ranked number 6 in the nation, 11-4 on the year. They've won 4 of their last 5. Coming off that 3-1 loss at Hawaii last Friday. And then Penn State 11-5 on the year. They won 7 of 8, but they lost to Long Beach State last Saturday. They're ranked number 15 in the country and leading the Eastern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. 3-0 Lions to begin set number 4. You see Jonathan Winder. This is Hassell with a booming jump serve. Goes up into the rafters.
Services number 5, Tristan Hassell, point for Penn State.
Even so, it hits one of the light posts or the steel beams. As long as it comes back on the same side, it's in play. If the ball had been popped up by Pepperdine, hit the beam and went on the other side of Penn State, would have been out of bounds and a point to Penn State. The Waves still had a chance to score because the ball landed on the same side. There's the block up front by the Waves. Comes back to Pepperdine. Barnett with a rip. Covered by Penn State, doing a much better job ball handling. We get a whistle going to get double contact against Penn State. 4-1 Nittany Lions there. You see Tristan Hassell along with Jaden Bethel, two excellent freshmen. Capacity of Firestone Fieldhouse seats about 3,100. With basketball in full swing, March Madness, people getting ready for the NCAA tournament. Penn State out of the Big Ten. Point for the Nittany Lions. They take a 5-1 lead. You see Sean Harvey coming out of the back row where he seemingly is much more effective. A good athlete. Top scorer on this Nittany Lions team is gaining confidence, and that comes up short. Served by Bennett Wilson. And he's back there for ball handling. 5-2 Penn State. You see James Eady tonight. Got 4 kills, a couple of blocks. Waves about ace Penn State 9-6. One time it was 8-1. Ball tapped over by Harvey. Pinball. Waves keep it in play. Goes to Gomez. Big block up front by Gabriel along with her. And then the shot is good. Cole Hartgate. Penn State 5, Pepperdine 3, and for Hartgate. Now with 15 kills, hitting .375, 5 digs, a couple of blocks, and 3 aces for the All-American. Gabriel with a touch. Volleyed over by Harvey, comes back to Pepperdine, back row, firing away. Oh, what a great save by Merck. Tapped over by Hassell, the block no good. Boy, how did Ryan Merck come up with that save? It couldn't have been hit any harder by Pepperdine. And Ryan Barnett. There's the backs of this guy to Hassell. And then the block goes out of bounds. Gomez and Eady defending. But this is going to be challenged. So the call on the court was a point to Penn State, who has a 6-3 lead. And the Webs are going to challenge this. You see Jonathan Winder talking with his team. 4-time All-American with the Waves. Well, Hassell took something off of it. See where the block lands, right there. That's clearly out of bounds. Maybe Hassell touched the net. Missed ball handling. Controlled it with both hands. Right there's Eady and Gomez defending. Came down, hit the net, which would be in play. And the Waves just might win this. Let's take a look. Ball inside the antenna, which is inbounds. 6-3 Nittany Lions were given the point. They're saying the block went out of bounds. The Waves say no, it actually touched inside of the net, which would have been in play and would have been good. See Jonathan Winder, 6'8" setter, 4-time All-American from 2005 through 2008. Great job with the program. Assisted by Matthew Pollack, Luke Reynolds, and Will Kraft. Let's see the call.
After further review, they call the points been
Yeah, the Waves are going to win. Going to win the challenge. The ball did hit the inside of the net first before it went out of bounds, which is in play. And the Waves get the point, changes the score to 5-4. Nittany Lions. All right, Waves serving. A jump floater by Hartgate. Jackson Hurd, the transfer from Grand Canyon. Harvey shot, no good. They go cross court on the set. We are tied at 5. Waves on a 3-0 run. Set number 4, Waves up 2-1. Jackson Hurd goes again to Harvey on the cross-court pass, and the shot goes out of bounds. And the Waves on a 5-0 run take a 6-5 lead. Harvey leading Penn State with 10 kills, 3 digs, and a service ace. We're in number 12 for Penn State. This time they go the backside of Hussell. Big block up front. Edie and Gomez. For the Malibu Roofing Company coming up big. And the Waves on a 6-0 run, 7-5. Waves serving, they get the ace. Penn State lead in set number 4, and the Waves up 2-1. Pepperdine serving once again. Cole Harkey with a jump floater, and the ball sent over by Ryan Merck. Waves get another shot. Hussell with the touch. It goes back to Harvey. Big block up front there by Edie. It comes back to Edie. His sets outside. Gomez firing away. Pretty good rally. Pepperdine on an 8-0 run. Penn State jumped out to a 5-1 lead to begin this fourth set. You see Gomez going inside the double block as Harvey trying to get out of the way. Here's Harkey with the jump floater. Quick hitter over the middle will miss. Gabriel. And the Waves continue on a 9-0 run. 10-5 Pepperdine. Waves won the first two sets, 25-16, 25-16. Penn State the third, 25-22, rallying in that third set. Much more comfortable in their offense and got a nice lift from number 5, the freshman, in Tristan Hussell. Serve comes up short. Penn State on the service line, but that gets away and out of bounds. Officials, Tony Chan, the up official, Brian Brokenball, the down official, two of the very best. Penn State with 2 national titles, 1995 and 2008. Pepperdine with 5 national titles, their last in 2005. Second most all-time, only to UCLA that has 21, and maybe heading for number 22. They are the favorite to win it all this year once again. Playing in the same conference as Pepperdine in the NBSF, and Hussell once again with a smash hit. Really good young player. Went inside Waves, and the shift to double didn't quite get there, and James Edie. Waves outside Barnett, covered by Penn State. They go back to Hussell, knocked down by Harkey and Edie. Merck has to set. Hussell punches it over. Back there is Riley to Harkey, pounds it down. Diving save along the sidelines by her. Hussell taps it over. Pepperdine right over the middle. James Edie. Another good rally. Pepperdine 12, Penn State 7. Teams last met in 2023 in Austin, Texas, won by Penn State. Series that dates back to 1983. Waves lead the overall series 17-5. Service error. Side out to Penn State. 12-8 Pepperdine. Harvey will be at the service line. Penn State's brought some family and friends out to the West Coast enjoying the weather. Got a blue and white across the way. We sit way upstairs here at Firestone Fieldhouse. There's Barnett. The block goes out of bounds. So Rose and Hussell defending, but the return no good. Harkey with 15 kills. Barnett with 9. Gomez with 8. Sean Harvey with 10, leading Penn State. Tristan Hussell with 6. Gage Gabriel with 6, topping Penn State. Big block goes out of bounds. Big hit by Sean Harvey. Gage Gabriel back in. Aces 10-6 the Waves with the edge. Both teams have served well. The Waves only 17 service errors. Penn State with just 15. Well, now make it 16. And that one gets away. Diggs, Pepperdine with the edge, 25-20. Waves with the edge blocking, 12-8. All right, 14-9 Pepperdine trying to get their 12th win. Go back to conference play on Sunday on the road at Menlo. Overpass her, taps it over, waves, ball, pinball, diving effort there by Gabriel, but the Waves will get the point. In the back row attack violation against Penn State, and the Waves with the point. 15-9 Pepperdine. We get a timeout taken by Penn. The year formerly played at Penn State, was an outstanding setter. He was the National Coach of the Year in 2008 when the Nittany Lions won the national title. Booming serve by Hartke. Hartke, when the Waves had that, 8-9-0 run, it was Hartke the service line, but he was just throwing up jump floaters. Now he's going back to the strong jump serve, and the Waves up 16-9 in set number 4. Hartke with 15 kills, Ryan Barnett with 10, and for Hartke, we thought would have got his fourth service ace, but they're going to take a look at this. Going to be challenged by Penn State. Maybe thinking the ball was out of bounds. Take a look. Hartke, booming jump serve, touch there. Pretty good, unless Hartke was over the line when he served. Yeah, we are way upstairs, so we are not privy to what the conversation is down below. But Penn State is challenging something. The call on the court was a service ace for Pepperdine. And they have given Hartke a service ace, his fourth of the match. 16-9 Pepperdine. Let's see if this will be overturned. Let's see. Hartke, was he over the line? That's the only thing I can think of. Definitely in play. Touch there by Wilson. And then Penn State team signaling right away. Let's take a look. That left foot. Oh, man, pretty close. That left foot. But it kind of slid right on the line. He had not hit the ball yet. He just might be over the line. Great job by our camera crew, Jonah Barony, our director. Yeah, he might be over the line. We'll see. Got to be absolute definitive to overturn. Say the serve was still good, and the challenge overturned. So for Mark Pavlik, he has one remaining in this set. So 16-9. Mark Pavlik along the sidelines. Hartke now with 4 aces. Waves with 11 overall. About ace Penn State, 11-6. A good crowd on this Wednesday night here in Southern California. Hartke with another good jump serve. Delivers another ace. 17-9. Waves on a 4-0 run. Here midway through the fourth set. Trying to close it out, get themselves a hard-earned win against one of the top teams, top programs in the country in Penn State out of University Park, Pennsylvania. This one comes up short. No side out. Goes back to Penn State. Hartke last year had 47 aces, tied with the team lead. He has 5 tonight, now leading the team with 31. He's the nation in kills per set at 4.56 out of the back row. Jose Gomez with the put away. 18-10 Pepperdine. A quick attack out of the back row. Andre Polomaz with 37 assists and 5 digs and 3 kills. The 6'6" junior setter from Serbia, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne, shot by Hassel, no good. 19-10 Pepperdine. You see the freshman played well tonight, 6 kills, 3 service aces, and 2 blocks. Got a good season. Him and Jaden Bethel, another talented freshman, who runs it down. Able to set Harvey, who drives it over. Pepperdine on the outside. Gomez, the shot no good. Had a good look. Saw the double blockers decide to go cross court inside. the doubles there, Gabriel and her. And to fend off that block, Gomez tonight, 9 kills, 5 digs, 4 blocks, 3 aces. Over past a joust, one up front by Harvey. Comes back to Pepperdine, Gomez. And the ball returned by Gabriel and her. And Penn State gets the point. 19-12, Pepperdine. See Jonathan Winder, 4th season. Was at Fresno State coaching women's volleyball for 4 years before taking over for Pepperdine. Legendary coach Marv Dunphy, over 33 years, over 600 wins. Marv Dunphy, who's still on the staff, kind of a consultant as Gomez gets the put away. Marv Dunphy and Mark Pavlik know each other extremely well, 2 legendary Hall of Fame coaches. Marv Dunphy's in a number of Hall of Fames, coached the Olympic team in '86 to gold medal. And Harvey with the kill. Harvey now with 11 kills, topping Penn State. 2013 Pepperdine. Doubles were there with a lot of spacing. Gave Harvey a chance to get the kill. 2013, the waves up. Penn State serving, that comes up short. Penn State, 6 aces, 17 errors. It's a little better than a 1-to-3 ratio, which is still very good. Andre Polomas at the service line, the setter. You see Ryan Merck got 8 digs tonight. Jacob Riley for Pepperdine, they're the barrel of 5. And Merck does a good job to receive. Oh, what a block up front. James Eady. Honorable mention, All-American last year. Big block by the junior from Newport Beach. He's a special player. Long and athletic, has great court presence, just reads the other team so well. Waves get themselves an ace. Andre Polomas. 23-13 Pepperdine. 8-2's pretty happy about things. Number 17. 23-13 Pepperdine trying to get themselves a hard-fought 3-1 win. Took something off of it. Penn State struggles a bit. They go back to Harvey, who delivers and gets the kill. Penn State saved that point. 23-14. Harvey now with 12 kills. Michael Schwob serving. Started at setter tonight. Had 12 assists and a dig. Rotating with Jackson Herr, the transfer from Grand Canyon. Left-hander with the serve. Waves on the backside. Jose Gomez delivers. It is match point number 1 for Pepperdine. Polomas, 38 assists tonight and 3 aces. Hartke's got 5 aces. Gomez with 3 aces. Match point number 1 for Pepperdine, up 24-14. They were actually down 5-1 to begin this 4th set. They went on a 9-0 run. And they have not looked back. Service error. Match point number 2. And Sean Harvey at the service line. He's got to keep it in play. They're looking to go to 12-4. They struggle a bit and be a service ace for Penn State. Match point number 3 for Pepperdine. The Nittany Lions, unless they can rally, will fall to 11-6. More importantly for Penn State, they are 4-0 in conference play. The Eastern Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. Waves back on offense. Barnett with a smash, gets the point, and Pepperdine wins. Waves captured the victory. Ryan Barnett as Pepperdine wins it 3-6.